a chicken snack, I definitely keep them. Oh no, we lost? Yeah. I'm waiting. Just a little bit longer. That's unfortunate. But it's the same time that it dropped yesterday. I guess I should have known. We're back. I just got sniffed by a dog. We're catching up on things. Sorry, by my professor. And I'm going to butter him up by giving him something. I think it's obvious that I would give him a chicken snack. I'm trying to think of what could go wrong if I give him a chicken snack, but I can't think of anything. So, seems good. Wait, did it drop again? No, I just said a lot of words really fast, I think. You can see me right now. Let's say the cheat. Let's say, hypothetically, we crack this glow stick open and smoke it. What up, EXO? The reason for the season I'm gonna give it a chicken snack. I'm eating one right now, even though it's a cheese sandwich. Oh, hi! You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto you. Oh yeah, we locked eyes from across the room. Nice. His favorite. Well. I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Ugh. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors with them at all times. Settle down, young chefs, take your seats, and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Heart, there's still a seat here. My, it seems no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Come and lay your cheeks down next to me. Ooh, say, I declare. Do I sit by Colonel Sanders? Or do I sit by my best friend? I mean, she's gotta understand, right? Like, come on. I can tell her later, you know, like, oh, it's because, you know, come on. Look at the starch. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I only have 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That is so inspiring. A little off topic, but okay, sure. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Oh god. Yay, a pop quiz. About me? No, frickin' Pop, it's not about you. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Do I want to try hard in this? I mean, I don't want Pop to cook and not wash his hands, so I'm looking at you, Pop. That's right. Okay, so I do need to try hard. Forest is to tree as chicken is to... Forest is to tree as chicken is to... It's obviously feather, but could it be a slam dunk? Possible. I'm gonna take feather though. That's right. Whew. Okay, there are no tricks so far. I keep overthinking it. What's the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork, obviously. It's got the prongs of the fork and the scooper of a spoon. That's right. Yes. What food is best for a broken heart? A pancake that looks like a silly face, camel meat, question marks, or anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. I'm gonna go with I guess love, but it could also be a pancake. That's right, yes. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No, clearly wrong. He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He's the best boy, or yes. Ooh, tricky. Ooh, he's the best boy. That's right. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Yes, 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 yes. Did I cheat? No. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. I'd like to watch you eat cheese. Hot diggity heart. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Awesome. Oh, whoops. Wow. Wait, why was it established in 2015? The cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, howdy folks, I'd like to make an announcement. Hey bro, it's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But freaking Colonel Sanders is talking. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said, shh, bro. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Why is she so hyped? That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept! Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. It's a secret. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. Look at his face. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait and see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. As she slides closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. You dastardly dog! Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Yo, me, right here. Me, ooh, me, me, sir, me, Colonel. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Why does she have cutouts of freaking chicken legs on her chicken legs? You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Should I swim towards the light? Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary art, or focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. No. It's about the medley. If Food Wars has taught me anything, it's about how everything like smashes into each other and then blows you out of the water and stuff. So I think I'm going to savor the moment and learn about the culinary art right here. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try and get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second? Anything for a fellow chef. What's on the chicken, bro? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my What the heck? Why is everything going wrong? What the heck? We are star-crossed, Colonel and I. What the heck? Oh, you getting ads? Sorry. That sucks, man. You're missing out. Yeah, he said we have 2 days left. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you watching ads. It doesn't fund me or the channel or anything about it in any way, but I can't turn them off. So thanks. Anyway, he said that we have 2 days left of the semester, and that's plenty of time to get to know each other. He also said, "You've got moxie. I'll give you that." Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers, "Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use pepper. It's something my great-grandmother taught me." Pepper? Wow. You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. Okay. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. "Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated." Oh man, wow. Yeah, wow. It sounds like you have big plans. "I dare say, I declare, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that." Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Look, he's a star. He doesn't need more star power, right? And I don't want to pull him down. I want to be there with him. In his, I don't know, big muscly arms or whatever. With his watch, apparently, that he wears still. Look, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. Hey, the flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty and savory and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Hart. Yeah, that too. I'm sure you'll be a big success, dude. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena. Oh, perfect. It is like Food Wars, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they can need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? Oh, come on, Miriam. You've got nothing to blow. You're not going to blow anything. You've got nothing to blow. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature. Adorable, tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to take this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you. If that wasn't clear. Do you want to be my partner? Oh, sure, Hart. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Oh no. Oh no. Hello, new partner. Okay, it's apparently a fax machine, I guess. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Oh no. Pop, who's probably an amazing prodigy chef, or Clank, who arguably has it all worked out already. I mean, how could he not be good at it? He's a robot. But Pop will probably make something really cool and interesting. But I don't think Clank will outshine. I'll go with Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. This guy. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Okay, I chose right. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, 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 which is a weird noise. Hold on there, fellow. We don't even know the assignment. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Look at that little guy. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. Yo, that's a joke I would make. I think I'm Miriam. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. That's not, I mean, I get where you're going, but not, okay. Well, anyway. Which dish do you suggest to your partner? Colonel Sanders. Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. True. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. I mean, maybe. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. The perfect side. Mashed potatoes and gravy it is. You know, I've always been something of a down-home chef, which is kind of true. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe, I don't know, mashed potatoes? And gravy? You know, I couldn't imagine one without the other, Colonel. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Oh, looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? Look, we're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Ashley. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? Ugh, no, geez, Van. I'm over here crushing hard streams. You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. What's the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Howdy there, Ashley Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Hart was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs, they need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations of a worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Colonel Sanders or Miriam? I'll hit up Miriam. She's got my back. She knows what to say. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I want to destroy them! Oh, actually, I think that Ashley and Van Van were just leaving. Leaving you in the dust vis-a-vis my cooking or my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you're sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but hard as my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van! Do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Hart. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Friggin' Pop. Can I have potatoes, face? Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few moments, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus and my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long, and that ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good, dude. Okay. It killed him, bro. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison! The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against the poisons of all kinds. So he's basically Chief Wiggum's son, Ralph. I couldn't remember his name. I don't know why I knew his entire backstory except for his name. He's apparently Ralph mixed with Mr. Burns, who has every known disease and is keeping him in a perfect balance of health or whatever. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. The ghost of the student. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here? Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Come on. That guy. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and a little more than spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them, okay, dude? They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Hart? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, great. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Oh no, his hair. Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy, dude? You can't prove that! I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name again? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. What the heck? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. I didn't say that sentence right very well at all. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is it just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? I gotta protect the Colonel. Attack! You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with Love! Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real! That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Oh no. Do I go all out? You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with Love! Does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws an energy from Mother Earth itself. Uh-oh, they grow larger and larger, more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend! Defend! Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, this is not happening, this is not happening, this is not happening. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Oh no, attack. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. Sport Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Sport Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge! Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here! Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch! Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Sport Monster is defeated. You saved me! An injured Sport Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy, finish him! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong shelf. I attack. You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student death low destruction! It does 10 damage. Sport Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Heart. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? I don't know. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. What's up, bestie? Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Sport Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, so this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be I might like Clank. Like him or like him. You know, it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that makes complete sense. He's got a vibrate setting. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted the prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. What? I think something might have gotten lost in the pressure cooker language translation here, because that doesn't make sense. Either way, though, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy at school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Okay, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. Okay, I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Okay, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I'm gonna protect it. I mean, making up a fake ingredient is probably dangerous. I might say like asbestos or something, but I don't think I can. It's a secret. He looked around to make sure. I can't. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was Eye of Newt? I know. It sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory, or run to him. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel! Oh no! However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. Ah! The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. Oh no. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, heart, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this freaking guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end. So, it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez! You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices? Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Lean in for a kiss. You should ask before kissing, so I'll compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. Not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. The demons. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. Yeah, it's time for class. You're distracting the rest of us who want to learn, guy. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if you ate it. Or if it ate you. Words. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it is they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. Hey, that's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep. Beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts! Hey, frickin' guy, you watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzzt. Womp. I don't know what that was all like. Womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. No, he did it himself. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows! I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Now, gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus upon. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. Yeah, of course, this is like the game to play right now. We're all in love. It's great. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Now down, boy, down! Off to hoppin'! That command, shouted by Colonel Sanders, has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important bits. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Hart? Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a pepper, or a dog biscuit? I'll take the pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. Whoa! Oh, not this guy again. My friend. Ooh. This guy again. Oh man, I can like quote this thing. I've never played, I promise. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I got some of the spice stuck in my throat. Ah! It's fine, I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man! You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Freaking lunch, yes! What has the Colonel prepared for us? Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competition cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Do I battle them, which seems obvious, or demand that they stop wasting everyone's time? I think I want to battle them. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Now, good one, Van. I like your gumption, Hart. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Oh! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. I gotta get me some original quotes. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Oh, I'm making this again? Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? Oh, God. 100 Celsius, right? That's right. But would you have even gotten to the school without knowing it? I was like, I know it's 100. Why am I saying Fahrenheit? It's not Fahrenheit. It's never Fahrenheit. When I get to rub my furry belly, let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 11, bro! That's right! You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Yes! Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Vigilance! No! Wait, I thought it was vigilance. Trust? I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now, it would be a great time to harness that energy. So, where does it come from? I don't know, a small town. I don't know. That's right. This is your shot and you're not going to miss it. Oh! You try and shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling? No! Don't make me get the spray bottle. I'm sorry, Sprinkles. I'm so sorry. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in your heart. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional tub? No! I don't know! It was all Colonel Sanders! What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. I'm sorry, Sprinkles. I'm so sorry. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert book. Which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. We exchanged wedding vows. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? I don't know. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. I really hope the love that I'm putting into this dish shines, okay? To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! Bzzz. Okay, Clank, relax. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Brrr. You might not have any hands, but heart does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Oh no. Hard no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of my heart's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared? Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Heart to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Wow! Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet, or whatever that says, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Wow. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not as impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage or put yourself between them. I'm gonna bust in there. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over? What? No! No! Colonel! Why? Oh, whoops. Because I touched his goatee? When it says try again, is it like immediate? I don't want to go through the whole thing again. Oh, whoops, I accidentally clicked. I was trying to move my mouse. Oh. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Okay, today's lunch. Okay, you're on, bro. Okay, we're gonna go through this. The timer. Oh, okay. Hard way is something about dust or something like a diamond. I was farming about to leave myself. So it's time to boil the potatoes. All right, so 100 Celsius. Yeah. When it gets to rub my belly, yes. Okay, you're gonna need to season the chicken. 11 herbs and spices. That's right. You might not know. That's a tail wagging. All right, awesome. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust. No, I got it wrong again. Your classmates are ready for his father. Shoulder of Orion. Deep beneath the surface. No, it was on the shoulder of Orion. Shoot. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What's the sound of success? Bubbling? That's wrong. Oh, it must be silence. Dang it. Shoot. We go again. I will have this, Colonel Sanders. Before anyone can... You're on! Lunchtime competition? Count me in. I'll be watching your performance. Students! Breathe a sigh of relief. The timer! Timer ready. Talking about... Oh, I said correctly. Soft is hard and hard is soft. I'm time to boil for whatever it says. 100! That's right. But how was 11 herbs and spices. All right. Tail wagging. Now that you got some basics. Gratitude? All right, it's always gratitude. Your classmates are okay. Yeah, that's all right. Shoulder of Orion. Wait, what? I have no idea what I've answered at this point. Silence? When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in your heart. He's actually cheering you on, which is awesome, but all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Looking over the horizon. Oh, God, freaking sexy Colonel Sanders. You're stranded on a desert island with only one cookbook. Which should you take? What a hunk! I know, right? Oh, God. What kind of beach? What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Oh God, the pressure. Oh, it was small town? Oh, that's right, I did get it right the first time, that's my bad. Clanks into the stand mixer. There's an easy way and a hard way, so something about something. Oh God, broke my hand. What you often find, stop what you're doing. It's okay, it's gonna be like a really pretty dessert. A desert of dessert or whatever. I'm gonna internalize the rage I feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. Then they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotion for the rest of the semester, perhaps ever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. Look, I'm fine. Can you leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For now, anyway. Or for a while, anyhow. Look, I didn't know. Okay? People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept appearance, beards, whatever, and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug, which is weird because I don't have any eyebrows and I just broke my hand. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something inside him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Oh no, not the Spork Monster, no. Gorko, the Spork Monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja... Oh, shoot, that's Colonel Sanders. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge him. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. Look, it's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't know if you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I really feel guilty about that, so, you know, if I could take it back, I would. I think what Hart is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies. I suppose we don't really need a fight. It's just that, you know, I've got these pointy teeth and these claws. All the battle for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes you and you come up with a quick idea. How about this? You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. No, I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. Huh, a magic spellbook, eh? Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be here. Or there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen alive. Ha! Together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? Ah! You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. You see him as a little baby with a chicken leg and a goatee. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Wow, it looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef, such as yourself. Well, yeah, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with. You know, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, maybe? I'm not sure. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Gotta lay it all out there. We can work together, make beautiful magic food. He did tell me a secret too. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh my god. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Lush? Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Yeah, dude, sure, keep it. Now please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you could look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Why? Oh, the comb first, obviously. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Okay. Since I'm on the table, I'll do the candle. I hope it's chicken flavor. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's monosodium glutamate. Tap on an item to discover more. Yeah, we'll do the landscape. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of the student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something, dude? You open the window a crack and the ghost of the student is swept out with a breeze. Gone. Guess I'll do the rooster next. You notice a very... chicken, obviously. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Oh God, the door's open? I don't know about that. A little peekaroo. I'll look at whatever this is next to the door. This must be... Oh, it's a safe. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment. What number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? No. I was also like, no. But can it? No. The urn? You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. But when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Dang, he's carrying so much. Poor guy. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be choosing them. No, they don't. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. I don't know. Let's go to the camel. This photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? I guess it's time to take a peekaroonie. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. Oh, I thought he was in there. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is, and I'm always there. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't normally lend those out, but I must say it does look mighty fine on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. You tell him you're cold, or you fess up and tell the truth. Let's see, he just went and made something, so I can go with I'm cold and maybe the food will warm me up, right? Maybe he'll like try and solve it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I got a little cold, even though there's a fire in the middle of the room, and I thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. Now it's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. I don't know what I'm doing here. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Hart. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. Now I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dang it. Dream sequence. Oh, there they go again. Great. Dreamweaver. You awake to a beautiful morning at Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. I bet it's something like peanut oil or corn oil or something. Like a special kind of oil. Canola oil. In some jurisdictions, canola oil isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. Would you say that we're a perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I think I'm supposed to take him down a peg here because I didn't do it earlier, but I'm going to flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. Oh, he's so sad. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Just remember, though, that he did attempt to murder the last one. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been so desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. Hey, look, it's okay. But now it turns out that you're fine. I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Yeah, okay, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that, yeah. Since I've been partnered up with a Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I could get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Wait, hold on. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You, what? Nothing happened, whoa, but the emotional connection, wow. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. We'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? Hey, you got some nerve, Hart, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Look, now you're just twisting my words, and I won't have that. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer incident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. Look, I'm never gonna give up. Never gonna stop, never gonna drop, turn around, or something like, I don't know. Ever. Open up shop. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Hart, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? I don't know. Technically, it's not a compliment. I mean, it's kind of, I guess, but Colonel, I don't know what you're thinking. But what about the flavor of my delicate warm gooey chocolate sauce? Ugh. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Ooh, ouch, oof. Excuse me, Hart, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. I'll see you inside, Hart. Oh no. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Oh no. Whoa, that's that book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found laying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. Okay, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. Like, a grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it were really powerful? I think I can think of one surefire way to find out. What? No. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. Look, I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. Okay, that is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It's drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Why would I do this? There's no way I would do this! You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No, I'm not gonna do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Whew, dodged a bullet. Or dodged a grimoire? A spell? A demon? I don't know. I hope that turns out well. I'll have to fall in love with him all over again if I don't. Ugh. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Uh-oh. He must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack, or dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. But he's not unpredictable. He wants treats, he thinks Colonel Sanders smells sexy. I want to feed him some homework. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Hart. Were you studying something with cinnamon? Isn't cinnamon like not for dogs? I have been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Hart, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, well, before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. What? Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. Oh no. I told you to save it for after class! You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. He's just whirring. No, you had to go show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzzt, bzzzt. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. And take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or a cliff for all I care. I don't... Oh, jeez. Sad beeps. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzzzt. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Oh no, it's a shoe. What the heck? Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, deep-friend footwear, even though it's supposed to be fried, I believe, I guess it looks okay? Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Oh no. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Well, Robot? Look, I know you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. You're a strong, independent woman. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test. We're gonna hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Oh. Of course not. Well, okay, maybe, sorta, sure, but there's a pony there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest. Anyhow, Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. You should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. Oh no, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed Man-Man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Hart's famous chicken pot pie. Ooh, ooh. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by sexy Colonel Sanders and his dang pedals. Hart, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam. I'm just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing glory and victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. 2 has been called. I mean, I agree. I would fess up. Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? Be like, what is that? Oh, my phone dinged. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little more than visualizing. I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from an oddly specific man. 400 yards is real far. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with a all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning in a second if you don't pull it out. I bet it would have burned if I ignored it. It's the moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll put you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Oh no. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts out at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Bastard Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! Okay. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. Wait, English? 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Chicken Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No. We're supposed to love the food and put it into the food or whatever. So I'm going to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in your heart. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in your heart since we were little kids because I'm your best friend forever. You notice that Miriam is at your station. Oh, you turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food? Sure, cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, okay, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient. Oh no! And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cookie competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. You mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork Monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sort of. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into a pot of salted water? This is my sous chef now? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, okay, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. Yeah, I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Okay. Oh, whoops. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Okay, good luck. Yeah. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You need to summon extra power from deep within yourself or give up and drop out. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to summon the power. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows throughout your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, heart. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. Dang it, you interrupted my inspiring monologue, dude. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. Not spaghetti. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear heart. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you've earned his support. Now, I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. Well, we did wheel one guy out. Okay, and Pop. Yeah, oh, Pop! It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, okay, over there somewhere, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Well, we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. It's so small. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. Even I have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Heart, for helping me believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. wonder what this guy cooks. I made. Oh right, I remember the like seafood on the blade and stuff. Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Oof, oof. Oh no. Please, be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. Oh no. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Oh no! Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour! Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. Time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. It's beautiful. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd like to ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempt to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Hart? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating, a school for the hungry. What? I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Is that Clank? Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes to class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on! How could they be any better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Togus in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Oh my gosh. Turntablist. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. So, while they went to class and did all that stuff, they were dressed up all crazy, and now that there's like a dance where they should be showing off, they dress down? What? For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh. Okay, amusing. How did he get into my dreams, though? And now that everyone is together, it's a Spork Monster. He totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop! I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Oh, jeez. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. Nani? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This is the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. Duh. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Now howdy, classmates! Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Now, Hart, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. Now I wonder, Might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Well, off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Hart. How sweet. Oh gosh, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Now, work together? Well, I think this is something I need to do by myself. What? Who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school? Oh, my dear Hart, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way you'll have me by your side. The end! What? We did it! Wow. What an adventure. Can you believe it? Let's not focus on the parts where I failed multiple times and just remember the good times. The Spork Monster, Colonel Sanders. The professor was a corgi. Wow. Colonel Sanders wanted me to be a housewife? I mean, he just didn't want me to lose myself running, restaurants and everything. That's fine. I can find other passions, Maybe I'll start an OnlyFans, The world is my oyster. What? What do you mean, OMG? Hey. Nothing wrong with work, okay? Work is work. There's so many people watching this game right now. That's so funny. What? This guy is cosplaying. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for chilling, spending time here. You're wonderful. You're great. I love you. I'll see you later. I'm going to raid the person who's cosplaying as Colonel Sanders for this game. That's amazing. I'll see you later. Have a wonderful whatever. Let's do this thing.
Have hearts. Have hearts. Have hearts. Have hearts.